All right. So meanwhile, every other participants are joining. Let's started with the session. So we have a Schneider today as a guest speaker, and she will going to share some thoughts and let us know about how we can humanize our marketing efforts through marketing automation and conversational marketing. So please welcome Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer.
Hey, everybody. Great to meet you all. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, thanks, Jennifer. Thanks so much. I know it's I guess it's late night over there, right?
It is. It's 11:30 at night here today.
Uh,
Yep.
thanks,
That's all
thank you
right.
so much. Yeah, thank you so much, Jennifer, for staying late today and sharing your thoughts with us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I'm your today's host. I'm Sushant, working as a senior software engineer in a NCR Corporation, leading this group since last 1.5 year. I'm also a platform champion as well as a journey to Salesforce mentor. And in this Salesforce domain, I'm from last 4 years. Really quick, we are New Delhi developer group. We came in existence in early Feb 2016, and these are some of our social media links through which you can connect. As a part of the community group, we also have our official website, New Delhi SFDCDUG. Do check out this because over there you will find uh, our all impact sales for Saturday past sessions as well as all the sessions which are aligned in future Saturdays as well. And also you also get to know about our initiatives we as a team running in this community impact sales for Saturday. So this particular is a series of online sessions. Previously we branded it as a virtual Saturdays, but 2 years back we changed it and rebranded it to impact sales for Saturday. These are some links you check out and get to know about our past sessions as well as our upcoming talent central. So talent central is something like you can thought about monster.com, indeed.com, or here in India we also known like naukri.com. So these are basically a matchmaking site where we try to connect HRs with the Salesforce aspirants and the freshers, those who are looking for getting their first job in the Salesforce ecosystem. So if you are from a HR team or you are a Salesforce fresher who are looking for jobs, so this portal is for you. Please do connect over there and for especially for students. So guys, if you are registered over there, then try to update your profiles on daily basis or a weekly basis, so that it will increase your chances so that your resume got shortlisted as early. Let's implement. So this is our New Delhi developer group vision. So we are running a couple of initiatives in Salesforce community. So if you see this, learn Salesforce, get hands-on, and then through Talent Central, get your first job. So impact Salesforce Saturday, what we are here today as a part. So this particular initiative will provide you weekly learning on different of topics of Salesforce. And when you have that skills, we also have our mentorship central, and let's implement initiative where you can find your mentors, and those mentors will help you in doing real time projects. And then you can add that projects in your resumes, in your CVs, and with that skills you can apply on talent central portal, from where we will try to connect you with HRs and hopefully you will get your job. Journey to Salesforce, it's not our initiative. It's an official initiative run by our Indian developer relation team, Vishwa and its team. So they have their official Telegram channel. So this is really good for those who are experts or professionals from other backgrounds, but they want to switch their career in Salesforce ecosystem. So this is one of the platform from where you can start your journey. So this is a Telegram link, t.me slash Salesforce Dev India. Do check out that and also visit Trailhead, or you can search Journey to Salesforce on Google. You will find more details about this initiative. These are our top contributors who are helping us a lot on weekly basis, on daily basis to promote our sessions, and also they are helping us in our other initiatives. So kudos to all our volunteers. Some more faces you can see. Last so these are some our channels on which we are very active. We are very active on Twitter, LinkedIn, Telegram group, and also we have our YouTube channel where we upload our all impact sales for Saturday sessions videos over there. So this is a good repository for all of you those who want to learn. We have our awesome sponsors, Cloud Wonder and Grey Offers. So thank you so much, guys, for supporting us. And without you, it won't be possible to arrange these sessions every week. With that, I would wrap up and hand it over this stage to Jennifer. Jennifer, please go ahead.
Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to share my screen here. All right. So, first of all, guys, thanks so much for popping in today, having me. We're going to talk about humanizing our marketing efforts. So, what does that mean? How do we use the tech stack that we have today and the knowledge that we have about our end user? And how do we make that work even better for us? We're going to go through how to look through these three platforms, Salesforce Pardot and Conversational Marketing, and get some tips and tricks and things to walk away from today. Feel free to connect, you guys. A little bit personal about me. I've been on this trailblazer journey since I was in 2009. Started out as an end user, a BDR, marketing director. Then I became an admin, had to learn my vocabulary all over again. And from there, went on to consulting, and now I'm on an ISV partner. So, been through that entire journey with Salesforce. It's just been fantastic. Some personal things: I love to garden, I love to paint, and I have two pets, a one chocolate lab, her name is Sadie Lynn, and my cat is Rusty Joseph. Feel free to connect with me on any of the platforms. Would love to connect with fellow folks. I really enjoy the banter back and forth and helping each other out on a daily basis. So open to connecting, absolutely. So let's get started. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to cover 4 simple things today, but they're all going to tie together. We'll take away some tips and tricks. We'll understand the cyclical behavior between all 3 of these items and hopefully inspire us to take some of these things and applicate them on our daily work. We're going to talk about collecting and using our data. We want to enhance the customer experience. We've been talking about it for a very long time, from the service side to the sales side. We want to make sure that that journey is seamless, from our content to our sales to our marketing, as well as onboarding processes. We're going to talk about how to unify the marketing and sales tech stack, a lot of those different things that we use on a daily basis, or maybe we provision for our company on a daily basis to support those efforts. We're going to show how conversational marketing fits in the mix and actually completes that cycle. And then a quick discussion around reporting and how all of this, again, can be included inside of the platform Salesforce that we know and love in Lightning. Follow that up. You guys we've got some Q&A, a little quiz, and some winners later. So it should be a good session. All right, let's first take a look here at what your tech stack looks like. Let's get this out of here. There we go. We all have one, whether we're on the admin side, the IT side, the developer side, the marketing side. We have a lot of things that are talking to each other every single day. And we have these items, the information that's passing, coming back and forth from Salesforce or other external platforms as well. We have marketing automation, our website, digital marketing. We have a ton of virtual events now and trying to work those in. We have enrichment services, conversational marketing to put on the web. The web is our new front door. If we were all brick and mortar, the web is our brick and mortar store. And if somebody opens and says hello and walks in, we need to make sure that we greet them. We have our sales enablement tools that are helping our sales reach out in very different ways across all of their communications, and we want to align that with marketing. We have content syndication. So a lot of this can make your head spin. It's really quite a feat, all the different tools that we use. And with all those tools, they're bringing in different things. We have different taxonomy. We have different KPIs and metrics that are all coming together. And a lot of times they're run by separate teams that might not be communicating with each other. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to tighten that up today and focus just on 3 of those platforms and how they can work together. There's one key feature that you need to remember when we think about our tech stack and how things align. There's one thing that needs to flow through it completely seamless to make it to work, and that is your business process. If your company's business process isn't supported by the CRM and we're not using those fundamental skills and triggers and taxonomy throughout our other platforms, we're not supporting our business process. We're just trying to shove round objects into square holes. So remember that business process supported through all of your tech stack to align, that's going to make you functional, scalable, and very healthy. Something to remember, we talk about humanization, segmentation, all of this data coming in all of these different places. And I like to say, don't forget to keep the person in the prospect. We're so worried about filling in field values and understanding IP locations and geography that we've completely sometimes forgotten who the person is on the other end. And how are we supposed to be creating content to inspire them when we haven't even thought about who they are or what they're interested in or what their roles are? So I like to pull this together in what I call 3 key themes to segmentation. And these are the things that I love to live by. The first is your firmographic intel. The second is the role or responsibility. And the third is their communication preferences. Let's dissect that a little bit. Firmographic, we need this information. We need it to support our ABM. We need it to support our tools. Where do they work? Now that we're all from home, what's their IP? Are we looking at their location or their company's headquarters location? Who do they work for? What's their company size? What's their number of beds, number of seats? That's all custom to you. And that information we have to get. But then we rolled over to what I like to call the role and responsibility. And I think it's much more than a job title. It can start there. But a role and responsibility is, what drives that person on a daily basis. The CEO, the manager, the CIO, the director are going to have very different passion points, very different things that they're focused on to make sure that their organization runs smoothly, just like we all do. What are those items? So from a marketing and sales standpoint, if you can understand what drives that call manager, that director of marketing, that VP of ops, if you know what drives them crazy, an obstacle they have to deal with, and you can have content and a product that supports and solves, that's gold. But I'm not sure we're thinking about that all the time because we're just stuck in more of that firmographic data. And the next is, what role do they play in the business process? Are they the decision maker, right? And I know sales folks, if you're here, you're like, I got that. That's our personas. We totally know what you're talking about. But maybe marketing has different personas. And maybe your operations team or your admin team doesn't even realize you're using it and it's not supported in your CRM. That's when things start to break. Now, the last is your communication preferences. I like to call it a vehicle. What vehicle does the end user like to have their content delivered in? I'm a video person. I like short snippet pieces of information. I want to understand the why and a brief overview of the process. That's just the way I like to consume my information. Now, if I'm one of your top buyers and I'm a decision maker, what should your content be? What kind of format should your content be in? The next is to understand, why are they here? They're on my website. They're on my live event. I can create content to talk about what I'm selling, or I can create content to understand why they're here. Are they learning? Are they comparing us to someone else? Are they here to buy? And do I have content to support each one of those decision-making processes of my end user? And the last is frequency. That's pretty easy, right? We can't be we can't be pounding down their doors. I like to say respect goes two ways. If I want to engage in your content and I want it at a certain cadence, you respecting me and respecting that cadence makes me want to engage with you more because I feel like you've listened to me, right? Instead of I'm just an email. That's a lot to think about for segmentation. But if you can use your tools in all the different ways we're pulling in information and tie them together, it's going to be pretty powerful. So use segmentation to inspire and drive your content. And you're thinking, well, don't we use our content to inspire our audience? Absolutely. But if your audience is telling you what they want to hear and you're creating it and giving it to them, it becomes cyclical. So how can I do some of this? Sounds all great, right? Love it. Fantastic. But tell me how. Give me an example of how I can actually start to collect this data. So the first thing is kind of that unification we talked about, right? What's the thing that needs to flow through all of our tech stack? And that first thing is that business process. Everyone's asking the same questions. Everyone's collecting the same data. We have a common goal as an organization, and all of my teams and all of my software is going to support that process, right? So talk about what we can collect and let's use some tools. So for example, Pardot and Salesforce have wonderful field data, whether it's on the lead, contact, account, opportunity, maybe it's just prospect only fields, maybe it's, custom fields to your particular business. We're collecting this field data and it's sitting in our CRM or sitting in our marketing automation. And when we use conversational marketing, that is yet another avenue, just like Google Analytics and everything else, where we're bringing in and we're collecting this information. So to be able to tie that all together, Pardot has the capability to be able to see Salesforce fields as well as conversational data. So Pardot can pull that in, conversational can pull that in, and we can use that data to do some things we'll talk about later, like trigger sales cadences in Salesforce or SalesLoft. It can feed an engagement studio program. These are things that we can do with the data we're collecting from various places. What else are we collecting? We're collecting external data. We've got enrichment services, IP reverse lookups. We have enrichment on people, enrichment on accounts. We have all of this intent data, all of these things kind of swirling around. So let's grab some of that and then utilize that. So Pardot has what we're called dynamic lists. It's a golden tool that everybody probably takes for granted, but it allows you to take field data, whether it's Pardot or Salesforce data, and set up a criteria of someone. If I meet this criteria, I automatically enter the list. And once I don't meet it, I'm out of here. Maybe I'm on a different list. So if all of your tech stack tools can feed either or your marketing automation platform like Pardot or Salesforce, Pardot's going to be able to grab that information and have these live lists. These live lists can do so much for you. We talked about some of those other pieces, but think about subscriptions, think about nurture campaigns, think about an onboarding program after an opportunity closes to be able to have this beautiful built out onboarding for a client that's consistent and is repeatable and scalable. That's just the tip of the iceberg of what Pardot can do. We're going to move on to conversational marketing just as a general activity, a general thought. We have to start thinking a little differently now. We don't have as much face-to-face interaction. We have a lot of web interaction and mobile and virtual. So we have to shift our business process slightly. We can't be using a business process we used when the world was a very different place. Our consumers have already told us how they want to interact with our brands. So some of the key benefits to being able to have that conversation right on your website when someone is interested versus saying, hey, I'll email you in a couple of days. right? Well, they're gone already. They're doing something else. And more than likely, they're not going to open that email or they've gotten an answer from someone else. So how can conversational marketing fit into everything and what does it benefit us? So I want to talk through some of the key benefits, and then we're going to talk about how Pardot, Salesforce, and conversational marketing kind of come together.
Hmm.
So the key benefits for sales: speed to lead. You've got someone that meets a specific criteria and you want to talk to them, you're going to have that conversation now. You're going to set up that demo. You're going to take them through your website and you're going to make an impression and be much further along than someone who fills out a form. There's also abilities to be able to book meetings for off hours. So we're not we're not missing folks. Um, we like to call the live web behavior digital body language. How do they interact with your website? Are they highlighting different sections? Are they going to some pages more than the other? Where is their mouse? What are they reading? What are they interested in? That's a very, very powerful tool. And then also the ability to sync those conversations that sales is having right away, real time, to the activity object and lead in context. So these are the things that are going to benefit sales and showcase what they're doing in real time, with much more benefit than email sending. Now, we still need emails regardless. So let's talk a little bit about marketing. We can't forget them. How can conversational marketing even benefit marketers? Well, again, we're populating those field values. So remember when we talked about making sure our CRM business flow is rolling in? We're populating fields by having conversations instead of people abandoning forms. And that information is then put into our dynamic lists that are feeding additional engagement programs or triggering sales cadences or outbound outreach. This is all that we can do from pulling that information in. One of the other benefits is we can sort and track the specific traffic on our website. Our digital ads, segment criteria that we talked about earlier, all of that's coming into the website, and the marketer is able to see everyone and focus on very important people and make sure that sales is getting only bombarded by those who want to talk. And we can't forget our admins. They keep us honest. They help us. They make sure everything works at the end of the day. And I think admins love this because of that segmentation piece. Brings everything that we're collecting and connects it into one space. It allows us to use Salesforce reporting and brings everything into one platform. It also is going to honor your Salesforce ownership and your data in your fields. Those are two big key points for admins when they're trying to find, platforms that talk with each other and work with each other. So let's put some of this together. Let's bring it all back. Being able to utilize tools like Salesforce Pardot and conversational marketing and have them be able to pull and collect and connect information is super, super, super powerful. But there's some things about Pardot that you guys need to know to make sure that this is successful for you. One, you have to have your connected campaigns and campaign hierarchy. Even with your conversational marketing, whatever tool you use, your experiences should all have their own campaign. So you can understand which web pages are performing. You can start to understand how much engagement you're getting from particular pieces of content. And so making sure that you're organized in your Pardot and Salesforce campaign hierarchy is going to set you up for success. Obviously, you need that Pardot Lightning and your Campaign Influence 2.0 enabled. It's going to give you those attribution models. Your engagement history is such a powerful tool, and I see a lot of organizations missing implementing that. Make sure that you do that. You can add those engagement dashboards to the lead, contact, account, and campaign objects. And engagement custom report types. Again, another thing that I see accidentally missed in the setup process. This is going to allow you to pull in list emails, forms, marketing links, landing pages by campaign and start to understand the nitty-gritty, granular details of how your assets and content is performing. Then enable your B2b MA. Now, we're not going to get into all of these nitty-gritties, but I think it's important to show you how all of this can tie together You do not need B2B MA to be able to do these reports. You can do this in Salesforce Lightning, which you already have, but you need to follow some of these steps and get ready. The wonderful thing about bringing everything into Salesforce from Pardot and your conversational marketing is that you're also pulling in things from like your digital ads. You can have different experiences based on things like parameters coming to your website. So pulling all of this in and then mixing it in with things like your sales activities and KPIs, your own personalized attribution models and opportunity data. It's finally making that cyclical connection between the three platforms. You're actually able to see real ROI. But one thing you guys all have to remember, become very good friends with your admins because you're going to need admins to set all of this up in the setup menu inside of Salesforce. So I know we covered the gamut today. We talked about Pardot, Salesforce business process, and your tech stack. We talked about how layering in a conversational marketing platform that's built on Salesforce allows you to pull everything, remember, collect and connect everything into one place so that you can get true ROI. And more importantly, we talked about the three key themes of segmentation and how we need to keep the people into prospects. So it's been a short presentation, but I want to make sure that we have some time for Q&A. Would love to see some things in chat if you don't feel comfortable having conversations, but I'd love to dive into any of the details of how things connect or strategies you're curious about. Let's take some time to have some conversation here. Let's see what we got. I'm going to go into the chat. Anyone have any questions that they'd like to ask or dive into any of the details of the things we covered?
Guys, if you have any questions, you can ask in the chat, or then I will unmute that guy, and they can directly ask question to Jennifer.
Please explain B2B MA. I can give you an overview of what it is. So B2b Marketing Automation is an app that lives on the Analytics Studio platform, and it's comes with Pardot Particular Edition. So it's something that you get with Pardot Advanced. And what that does, again, is just an app that lives in the Analytics Studio, and it pulls in the prospect activity data set from Pardot. And depending on what licensing you have, if you have Einstein Discovery Plus, you're also able to then pull in and create data sets from your Salesforce objects. So it's a wonderful way to be able to mix your custom data and business process items with prospect data and engagement from Pardot. It also includes some Pardot Einstein items if you have Pardot Einstein. So depending on the things that you've purchased and the package that you have, you can really start to play and manipulate the data in that app that's located in Analytics Studio. All right, the next is in 3 segmentations, which one will be given top priority? It's a great question, actually. I think it depends on the organization. I think every organization right out of the bat is going to say firmographic because that's how we're building all of our ABM strategies. We're getting software that's pulling in account data and doing fuzzy matching for us. So I think that's going to be the go-to. I just feel like, especially in the B2B industry, it falls a little flat. We all know that everyone's getting data on us. So the companies that can actually get me engaged because they thought of me, they're the ones that are going to be the winners in the long run. Hope that answers your question. Explain Pardot. Awesome. Well, if you're new to Pardot in the Salesforce world, so Pardot is a marketing automation platform. It provides the ability to create landing pages, emails, automation marketing programs, forms, iframe forms for the website or form handlers. It's a really great gateway to be able to push things right into Salesforce, and it's built on the Salesforce platform as well. So those assets are now objects inside of Salesforce, and they live and are attached to the campaign object. So in essence, what that does then is take those items from the campaign object and allows you to really tie in things like, with the campaign members, leads and contacts, accounts, opportunity information. So that is a marketing automation platform. There's others out there like Marketo, HubSpot, Eloquent, so on. All right. I got my, I'm thinking it's new job. I got my new job as a Salesforce developer. I want to know how the future is to work in Salesforce. I'll just say, absolutely, Salesforce is growing. They keep continuing to grow. And even last year during the global pandemic, they definitely stayed strong and made some bold strokes to make sure that they took care of their employees. So I feel like absolutely that's always going to be a really great way to focus. The Trailblazer family has been fantastic to me over the last 15 years, whether it's end users, colleagues, and just the support from Salesforce alone has been fantastic as well. All right. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for the nice, kind words. We've got another question. Please explain a little bit about Pardot dynamic list. Yeah, absolutely. So the dynamic list is built on criteria for an if or then statement. So there's a large drop down of things that are available. So for a simple example, we could say if custom field industry is manufacturing, and if location is in India, and maybe we do another piece of criteria, and company size is less than 5,000 people. If any contact or lead fits that description because they have those Salesforce field values, they'll be pulled into the list. And then you can use that list to market to. So you can send an email, you can put them in a marketing flow called Engagement Studio. And it's really, really beneficial because if for some reason I then change jobs or I change to a new industry because I moved around in the company and my field inside of Salesforce changes from manufacturing to farming, I'll be removed from that list and then maybe put into a farming list, right? So we're using the automation to create our lists that are feeding our marketing programs. And then difference between Pardot and Marketing Cloud. This is a really good one because a lot of people don't know. First things first, the brother and sister, peanut butter and jelly. So you're going to see them kind of mishing and mashing on the Salesforce platform. But the easiest way to define it is Pardot has been a stronger B2b tool because it relies heavily on those objects we talked about. Emails, landing pages, web forms. Whereas Marketing Cloud has a suite of products that are tailored a little bit more for the B2C marketer. And they have a little bit more offerings that are tailored to that side of the house. However, I've definitely seen a lot of organizations start to take on both B2B and B2C styles. Or remember, we talked about vehicles. How do you like to consume your your data or your media? A lot of people are mixing the two. So they're utilizing some functionalities for others, depending on segments and the way that they'd like to kind of shift to support our new virtual and web-based communities. Questions are good. You guys were on it. So, I mean, keep them coming. Those were fantastic questions. All right. You guys can text some more. Otherwise, I think you guys have some quiz coming up. So I tried to make it tough. So we'll see who gets through the quiz at the end. Oh, here we got one more quick. Awesome. What KPIs will be looking in reports on activities? Yeah, excellent question. So from a conversational marketing standpoint, at Qualified, when you have a conversation, whether it's a chat flow or it's just you chatting back and forth, that conversation is, once that's ended, comes into Salesforce on that lead or contact object and is logged as an event. And it has a great little URL. So you can click on that URL. You can see the web pages that they were on. You can see the entire conversation. So that's one KPI. Then when I also talk about KPIs, you guys are going to have sales KPIs like calls, emails, sales cadences that have been triggered. And sometimes those are triggered from Pardot because we filled in information, they fit a segmentation. We're going to change the status field on a lead or contact. That's going to trigger a sales cadence. Because remember, we want our business process to flow through Pardot, Salesforce, and the web. So those KPIs we can look at too, right? How many Pardot generated tasks, how many calls, things like that. We also have engagement on our assets. So from Pardot, we're able to see if someone went on, filled out a form, went to a landing page, clicked on a marketing link. And those are all items in the activity object as well. So utilizing all three of those pieces in the activity object, we can start to see that whole journey that we've been talking about. And that's because we're flowing everything in to one system and they're all tied together. Please tell me about your journey in Salesforce. Well, I'll give you the brief the brief overview. But as I've said before, I started as an end user. I actually worked at a radio station, and I sold radio ads. And we used Salesforce as my first time using a CRM platform. And I started to really love it. And like any very small organization, we were all admins. I know. And so I started playing around and kind of like, oh, you can create reports and this is kind of fun. Well, fast forward a few years, I ended up continuing to work in sales, became a BDR that supported some account executives at a corporate organization. From then, I started getting the kind of the marketing bug as well because I was going to school at the same time and ended up becoming a director of marketing for two sister companies. One was a workforce optimization startup, one was call center, and built my own BDR team there, did some marketing, stood up Pardot. That's when I picked Pardot and went to Dreamforce and decided to go Team Blue instead of Team Purple. And still there was Exact Target. It was a long time ago. I'm aging myself now. But through that then started to get involved on the admin side. And I loved the back end. I wanted to understand more of the back end. And then after that, went to consulting and did that for a few years and now to product. So it's been quite the journey. Are there any free developer orgs available to practice or play around with Pardot? So if you're a partner or part of an organization that is a Salesforce Pardot partner, I know that there are some dev orgs that are available for partners. So just look at your organization that you support or work for. And if you happen to be a consultant and you guys are a Salesforce Pardot partner, you can contact your connection and they can get you all synced up. All right. Could you please explain engagement history? Yeah, absolutely. That's a tough one because we use the name 1,000 times, right? Salesforce uses engagement history a bunch. There's actually a bunch of different components that make up the engagement history of Pardot. The first component is the actual lightning component that lives on the lead and contact objects. So when you're in the page lightning builder, after you've enabled it in the setup menu, you can actually pull in a component that will give you a much more beautiful view of things like web visits, landing page visits, list emails. These are items that those objects, again, once they become engaged, we can report on each lead and contact and kind of see what they've engaged in. If you're familiar with pi.pardot.com, we used to have to put a visual force page and it was really ugly and it just didn't look nice. So this new lightning component of engagement history is actually replacing that. Second part of engagement history are the engagement history embedded dashboards. Those you can add to your lead contact account and campaign objects. I usually like to put them in a separate tab. Those are super valuable. And you have to have the view embedded only license to be able to view them. So a little caveat there. And then the last piece of engagement history is the custom reports that we talked about earlier. So there are 5 custom reports that you need to create, and they support all of the objects: list, emails, marketing, links, landing pages, forms, and campaigns. So those need to be created as well under your custom reports in the setup menu. So that is the lowdown on engagement history. Oh, and all of it on the Pardot Lightning platform app as well. Good questions. You guys are getting, hitting me from all angles today. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Again, it's always great to meet fellow trailblazers and talk. So feel free to connect and have a fantastic weekend. But I know you guys have more goodies here, so I'll pass it back to the team, and we'll get you guys onto that quiz.
Yeah, thanks, Jennifer. That was really a great session. All right, guys. So now it's a quiz time. Let me share my screen. Okay.
I'm excited to see who's going to win. Put some time into these questions, but if you're paying attention, good luck, everybody.
Yes. So the winner of this quiz, plus if that guy have fulfill all the criterias of what we have mentioned on our website to participate, then that particular guy will get a Salesforce certification voucher, which is applicable for both $200 and slash $400 certification vouchers. So guys, while you visit our website for RSVP for any of the sessions, please do check out uh, some of our rules we have mentioned. These are not tough. These are very simple ones. So do check out that and please try to follow. Thank you. All right. So 33, I can see 33 as of now. Still waiting for, we have 48 participants I can see in this meeting. So waiting for 8 to 10 more. We will wait for 1 or 2 minutes, and then at sharp 11:45 we will start. And yep, 36, 37. Megha said my name is not there in the quiz. Megha, can you please try to rejoin? Or if issue, yeah, now you joined. I see. Prashant, sir, my name. My is also Parth and Prashant. If you are facing issue, then please try to rejoin. You just have to visit this kahoot.it, and over there they will ask for a game pin. Just enter 685 4130. Hope you are able to see my screen, Prashant and Parth. I'm just waiting for Prashant and Parth's confirmation, and then we will start. We already have 48 participants joined. Yeah, just simply open Google and type kahoot.it. Okay, I see you joined. The game pin is 6854130. Let me type into the chat box. 685. Let's not put it in a chat. All right, so we are good. I'm locking the quiz, and I see Rishi joined. 42 participant joined. Let's see the chat, guys. If anyone left or anyone facing issue, I will just wait for 20 seconds to get your message on chat box. If not, then I will start. Okay. Alok joined. I'm locking. Good luck, everyone. Let's start the session. Oh, sorry. Let's start the quiz. First question, here it is. It's a true false. Pardot is moving to first party tracking cookie. Okay, good to see 27 right answers. Jennifer, you are happy? I guess they have attended your session really well.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention that. So good job, guys.
Okay, great. Next question. Let's see the podium first. Akash, Abhishek, Vishu on top three positions. Mehta and Chitranshi is on fourth and fifth. Well played, guys. Next question. Okay. What type of list in Pardot automatically updates when criteria of prospect changes? And the answer is dynamic list. Great. 26 correct answers. Let's see changes on podium. Bhagya jumped to first, Akash on second, Abhishek on third, Adarsh and Vishu on fourth and fifth. Third question, guys. What does qualify define the live behavior of a prospect on a website? Nine people answer correctly. 10 doesn't. Digital body language. The answer is digital body language. I guess people are confused in between web engagement, web activity, and live web. Okay. So I'm expecting lots of changes on the board. Let's see. Not on the first position. Bhagya still on first. Sai on second, and Alexandra on third. After each question, we are seeing new faces on the podium. Good, that's great. Superb. 28 correct answers. No change on top four. We should jump to fifth position. Good, great. Next question, guys. Question number five. It's a true false. Good to see. No wrong answer. All answers are correct. Okay. Again, I can see the change only on fifth position. Of Abhishek jumped to fifth. Question number six. Again, a true false question, guys. Mhm. 12 people answer correctly and 28 wrong answers. Okay. Sai on first, Alexandra on second, and Bhagya on third. Question number seven, guys. What is the fundamental process that should follow through your marketing and sales stack? 23 correct answers. Some people are confused between email delivery process. No worries. You guys are playing really well. Let's see the results. And Sai and Alexander still on top two positions. Akash on third, Abhishek on fourth, and Charlene is on fifth. Question number eight, guys. What is the key benefit conversion marketing does for sales? Speak to lead, set up meetings, show live website views, sync to activity object on lead contact record. Okay, the correct answer is speed to lead. Mhm. Great to see Alexandra jump to first, Sai on second, no change on third, fourth, and fifth. What report types allow you to report on the following objects? These are some objects. And Salesforce, engagement, custom report types. Let's see the results. Akash on third, Sai on second, and the winner is Alexander. Congratulations, guys. And the runner-up is Abhishek and Sharlin. So I would request all five to please share their email IDs. So we will evaluate if you guys follow all meet all the acceptance criteria what we have in our in order to participate in this quiz. And if you any of you fulfill that, then that will be declared as a winner. But as of now, congratulations, Alexandra, congratulations, Sai, and congratulations, Akash, to be on podium of this quiz. It was really a great quiz. I think we see lots of changes on the podium after each question, so that's good, and really lots of correct answers we saw in this session. So very well done, Jennifer. I think people learn a lot today from your session. So kudos to you.
Thanks all. It was so much fun. It was so much fun watching you guys go through the quiz too. So thanks so much for sharing your day with me. Take care, guys.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you so much for having with us and share your knowledge with all of. Looking for more sessions in future as well. Thank you. Thank you. So, guys, meanwhile, I will wait for the top five to share your email IDs, so that we can wrap up the session. Sai, Alexandra, and rest of the guys, please share. Akash, please share your email IDs. I'm not able to see email IDs still yet. I got it from Akash and Abhishek. It's still waiting for Sai. Sherling, thanks for sharing. Where is our winner, Alexandra? Okay. So Alexandra, I guess when you go to this Telegram community, over there for RSVP, we have a URL of New Delhi Developer Group. I got it email ID from Alexandra. Thanks for sharing it. So I'm missing one. Akash, Sharlin, Abhishek, Alexandra. Where's the sign? I have not shared, and also sign is not in this meeting. Okay, no worries. I will share the results, guys, very soon. Maybe before Monday. The winner will get his